Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 117 here, bringing you a Steel Division Normandy 44 replay. If you want to submit a replay, my Gmail or Steel Division Replays is a place you can submit them to. I also thank my Patreon supporters like Ace, Leo, Tim, Carter, Nick, and let's see, Sean. That's right, Sean. How could I forget Sean? KG. I'm assuming they're marking places where they're going to attack, as they typically do. Interesting spot for a Flak 88 if you place it there. Again, there's not a lot of stuff right here, so it should be pretty easy to move up. And in case you haven't seen, it's a 4v4 on Steel Division. Larger map. It looks like an airport. Again, because, well, kind of, well, you know, maybe one. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, otherwise, it'd be a weird place to house livestock. Deploy the livestock. Anyway, moving on. We have 4 guys, most likely, again, a lot of wide open terrain. So infantry is not exactly the best on this map, unless you're looking at some of these city type engagements. Like here, if you can kind of put them in and kind of slowly move up. Here would be another great space, and also over in here, a lot of infantry locations, and along over here. So this is more of an armor map, but we have a infantry group, infantry, armor, infantry. Allies kind of down, whereas the Axis have a Panzer, a Luftwaffe, and a Panzer. And in case you're wondering, what the heck is a Luftwaffe going to do? Remember, that brings in artillery, planes, and very good, very small amount, but very good infantry. So if they can use that effect, I'm going to fast forward through the stage in which they place their stuff. That can be very effective. Now, if I am correct in my assessment, really, I can't. All right, that's cool. I guess I have to wait. I thought they fixed that. Anyway, a patch came out for this game and fixed a lot of the issues, which is why I'm back to it. In case anyone is wondering why. Oh, Greyshot, why haven't you fixed it? Well, because the game had issues, and I waited for them to fix it, and it looks like they fixed a lot of it. So a lot of balancing issues and whatnot. So it doesn't make certain things OP as it once was, and allows a little bit more even fighting between the Allies and the Axis in general. So I kind of, you know, prefer that. Moving on. Someone put AT. Oh, so okay, guys, AT. Do you mind? Just AT. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna slow it down for a second. I'm fucked. FYI. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, hold on. Optical. Oh, for those who are wondering what the fuck is this, it's the new close quarters engagement where you can deploy units very to the front line. Put your shit in the houses. All right, the fuck. Even the Allies were like, well, shit, we could put our guys close up, but that's suicide. We're gonna have our guys in the buildings. Anyway, it allows for quicker engagements. So the problem is, oh my God, all the flak guns, everything opening fire. This is a rout if I ever saw. Oh my, there goes the AT gun. DK is like, well, fuck the enemy. Push them. KGBs. Like, oh boy, this is awesome. This is great. Can we move this, please? That would be wonderful. All right, let's see. Optical. All right, let me put back on neutral. I love how no one put anything there. That's also great. Anyway, it looks like he's spreading out his forces, preparing for a big old assault of his, trying to move up. They have a nice defensive line in the hedgerow, so that could be an issue. Help? Yeah, I would assume. This guy has even barely moved. Alright, now that stuff is being removed, thank God. Anyway, big push over here. We have a lot of armored units. Nice Panzer III command vehicle. Boosting everything. Oh, wow. We have a Grilly. Hold on. That's a long-range anti-infantry unit. Seems to be doing its job, pushing back the MG, and a lot of the forces just running onto the field. Look, if I know anything from Battlegrounds, running across an airfield, not a great idea with no cover, because then you are easily put down. And that's a first-person shooter. This is an RTS. There is no cover. It's all negative. Anyway, lightning coming in, but alas, it's being pulled back. A lot of AT. And we still have the Panzer 7. I'm sorry. The Panzer 73M. Which is essentially World War I light tanks. Oh God, this is incredible. What are we back in World War I? It's like, charge the enemy! charge like it's 1916. 1816. I'm gonna. Nope. A line of goddamn. Oh wow, that's awesome. That really is. The fact that you have this modern plane and then you have this stupid little thing is a sight to be seen. Okay, so infantry pushing up on the right, but looks like the Panzer I, which again, maybe slightly more modern than the other unit, is just massacring the infantry with its gun. Very powerful, very good, and very destructive against infantry. This defensive line, however, is not done yet. They hid their armor, and as you can see, very smartly behind a lot of the buildings because they're worried about the Flak 88 opening fire. We can see here, it is out of range, actually. It has 1,200 meters, but this map is so huge that they don't really have to worry. That being said, it looks like their Great War charge is, alas, not going well. Honey is just blasting them the Kingdom Come, which I feel bad, but hell, I mean, what else? I mean, it's not like you can do a lot with these damn things. Let me remove that. But, you know, he's trying. He's trying. Nice defensive line here. Looks like they're being pushed back. Allies kind of just, yeah, the loss they took over here was just a little bit of a WTF moment. But the thing is, though, is again with this close quarters engagement, it allows more fighting, which people wanted. So people are very happy about that. Nice shot, by the way, knocking out that armored unit. And looks like Major Flaws is being pushed back pretty damn well. Infantry over here being routed on a retreat. They are killing the recon, but they know they can't hold back the main force. Additional forces pressing. I think what they might be doing is getting ready for an assault and try to push here. Because there's a huge opening in their lines you can kind of get through. Over here, I feel like it's too much. You're not going to be able to penetrate that, especially with this large armor force. And if I was them, I would try to lay a defensive line with all these hedges and just try to outrange a lot of that stuff or arty them, which is what they're doing. You can see here the 25-pounder opening fire on a lot of their heavy AT and other things. But then we have this huge armor group moving in. You know, more modern armor, with a bunch of Panzer IIIs just pressing the enemy line. Infantry being destroyed on the open battlefield. Half-track trying to lay down and press its recon forces, but alas, it's being shredded. Remember, they still have all these armored units hiding behind that are just kind of like sitting and waiting. They got a little bit closer with the Flak 88, but it's still moving up, and now they are in range, so that if they have to stay there, otherwise they are screwed. So that is an issue they have to deal with. Anyway, not much going on over here. Looks like it's a big stable line. If anything, this is the closest to the medium line that the Allies currently have. The Axis are just pressing way too much on the Allies. Oh boy, things are not looking all that great. They have a lot of decent armor. And the components just need, if they get rid of that Flak 88, then they could press up. But alas, I don't see that happening anytime soon. A lot of armor just hammering. Oh boy, the infantry. And again, they need AT, but I just don't see any. Oh, good. Now you have an AT gun moving up. Oh, great. Well, it's not. It's the also thing with this close quarters game is literally it's who kills who first. Like, who does the most damage in the first minute, and then it's like maybe counterattack or maybe not. This is a 4v4, so it's a lot more intense than the 1v1. Oh, shit. Lightning going out. Missile strike going out, but I think it may have missed target because they are all fine. While the lightning is in full retreat and may be possibly on fire. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely, where there's smoke, there's fire. And trust me, there's a lot of smoke. So what are we doing? Oh God, really? Are you serious? Guys, the Great War wants its armor back. Seriously. You're just going to charge with these things? I mean, best of luck. I don't think it's going to go well for you. Oh my God, I love this guy. He's like, get out of the way! That's amazing. It's a half track, and these things are so goddamn slow. But It doesn't make him terrible. They're good for supporting infantry pushes. But that being said, again, this isn't World War I. But it looks like he doesn't care. He's still pressing. He's still. I sort of. Is this another one? All right, not one I can remember. So, anyway, they're pushing up, managing to take over the airport. A lot of the armor got annihilated. I'm assuming by the pack. So very nice. And they still have a lot of AT. Oh, plane's going out. Wow, that's... What is that? Is that a light? Is that for infantry? I think it's more of infantry than armor. Hold on. Damn it. I want to click this. Oh, it's on retreat. Depleted 6 shots. 10. Yeah, it's 10 infantry, not armor, you idiot. It's not going to work against armor. Because I'm just looking at that like, why would you have that? Oh, okay. You're using it for the wrong purpose. Oh, good. They're managing to kill a lot of the World War I stuff. At least they're holding that back. Anyway, the Pack 88's opening fire on this kind of bastion of forces over here. It has a couple shots that are decent against infantry and other lighter components, not armor components. But that being said, we have a huge armor group rolling up with the Panzer IIIs, just crushing a lot of the forces in this region. God, that would be incredible if you're an Allied soldier on D-Day and it's like you see in the distance a World War I tank and you're like, all right, of all things, a Tiger, a Panzer IV, a Panther, that I was not expecting that. It's like I remember that from my history books. Anyway, looks like again nice artillery component to that AT gun, managing to help push back a lot of the guys in the forest. Right now, it looks like the Germans have essentially routed them, and that's the thing with this game type. It's a quicker game and allows for, you know, faster game in general. Time remaining is 30 minutes, but they get total victory in 16 if they keep up their points. Right now, and again, the more areas you control, the more points you get. All right, what kind of bomb you have? Spitfire, 2 bombs, very explosive, not really going to do a ton. The problem is the flak line. The Flak 88s and whatnot are just tearing apart the Air Force. So the Allied planes can't really come in. It's basically just, yeah, it's basically the Flak 88s just opening fire and hoping clear the skies. Because the Luftwaffe, hello, I'm assuming, optical, let's see, optical, yep, have a ton of, guess what, AA to help deal with it. And I think that plane just got shot down in the forest. At least it's in Allied lines. Anyway, speaking of which, the best Allied soldier here, by a clear mile, is barely holding the line against overwhelming firepower. Artillery and whatnot's currently hitting this ridgeline, but the ET and everything are barely holding. Oh boy. And they are barely holding. Nice shot with an AT gun from the back. Yeah, it looks like Clermont is having a lot more issues. It isn't a full loss for him, of course. They're still pressing. By the way, I'm really... Oh, there it is. There's the Great War armor moving up. I knew they were still there. It's like, geez, oh man, how... These must be really cheap by their armor and how long it takes them to get to the front. Oh, boy. So anyway, additional infantry... Like, the infantry are running faster than those damn things. Which, again, equivalent to World War I. Holding the line as much as they can. There's a little pocket over by the remnants. Player surrenders. That moves the 3rd armor out of pretty much out of the way. But I'm assuming, hold on, where is player? Was on the right? No, DK. Player was on the left. No. Wait, where is player? Did he not deploy anything? Or did all of his forces get smashed and I just am an idiot and they're somewhere on the field of battle? Because I don't see him anywhere. So I'm assuming all of his stuff died. And he's like, alright, I quit. Because right now I see 3 other guys on the front. And a lot of AI forces moving up. Which could help break open this little spot. But the problem is there's a large armor group supported by a Puma with recon. Just helping clear the way and just open fire on anything they see. The good news is they have an AT line lying in wait. Prepared to open fire on the armor once they clear the hedge grove. If they clear the hedge grove. If. That's a big if. Because again, it's why would you push into enemy territory unless you have a sight? Because right now you don't really have that. Let's see, we have a bomber going in, ME-109, most likely trying to hit that artillery. It's very... Oh, nope! Artillery destroyed by Axis artillery. Plane coming in, but again, the PAC-88s are opening fire on that plane. Tons of artillery coming down. We have a FW-190. That's the explosive shot they needed, blowing back the Humber. And, yeah, causing a full rout of those forces. Axis just clearing the game. Although we have a fighter, the Spitfire, prepare for a bunch of... Oh, no, they actually took out the one of the PAC-88s with their own artillery. But that being said, they have to now move back the artillery because of a small thing as an encroaching front line of infantry getting ever so closer to that line. Also, they have a Sexton, which is great, but once again, a lot of stuff coming their way. They're still moving up with their panzers, though it seems like they may be... If I would... Yeah, they may actually need to reload. They have survived so long, they've literally given out all their high explosive shots. So I'm assuming he was here, but he didn't leave. All right. Anyway, sure, these guys still hanging out. We have some planes firing, but as soon as it enters PAC-88 range, I expect the Spitfire to go down, or not. And the fight. Oh wow, the Axis fighter died. Maybe there isn't as much AA as I thought. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say there's a ton of AA. Oh, it's just out of ammo. Okay, they need to reload, I think. No, it's not out of ammo. Mostly. A lot of it's low, but not... Lower, but not out. Alright, but anyway, the Axis have pretty much pushed the Allies back and they're getting a ton of points. Going to clear this game next couple minutes. Do I see them turning the tide? No. The Allies have essentially been divided up the gut. Like, their forces are pinned, and right now this armor group, if they want to, could split the Allies in two. And there's not much they could really do. Artillery's coming in on the group of artillery over here. This is close to running out of ammo. Oh, good, they have smoke. I'm so happy for you. But it looks like the Axis may actually be focusing more of a defensive line than really going on the offensive. Are there tanks here yet? God damn, it's taking forever. This is why close quarters game mode was invented, for the Great War. Anyway, it looks like the AI mixed in with Splazin actually is holding the line and pushing up a little bit. The rest of the line, not so much, but, you know, I'll give it to Splazin with his, what is this? Yeah, 15th Infantry. He's doing pretty well. Though the Axis Air Force is like, okay, screw this, just bombs. All the bombs. And that was a really good hit right in that forest area, just clearing a lot of the stuff all grouped together. Again, we have the rockets coming in, but it's just, yeah, not going to work. Also, fighters coming in, because you can keep having fighters just, you know, open fire. They're not as good as fighters, but they'll still take out their planes, and knocked out that plane. Very cool. It's in your settings to reset it so they don't escape. But anyway, fighters and whatnot are, I guess, pulling back because they're low on ammo. And assuming you want to resupply, get them back out with their bombs. Flak 88 still opening fire, still like pushing them back. Just pretty much annoying the Allies right now where they can't really hit it. And they have a lot of infantry and whatnot, but there's not much they can do for pushing. They're just stuck on defense. On the flip side, we now have a Churchill, which could be interesting. Very effective versus single armor and can take a lot of hits. As you can tell, a lot of these panzers, while, you know, have been doing fantastic, are learning the same problem, are learning the same fate that their brothers and sisters in the Eastern Front, Eastern Front faced against the Russians when they charged thinking their Panzer IIIs were superior to all Soviet armor, and then they found the KV-1 and the T-34 and they're like, oh no. Even the Panzer IV had a short barrel gun, so it's like, great, we have armor, we can take them, but the gun won't penetrate their armor. Oh no. HS-129, so they have a tank cracker. Very nice shot on the Wolverine, and actually, wow, 2 for 1. Very, very cool. Knocked out the Sherman, well, and the Wolverine. Very cool indeed. And pulling back. I absolutely adore the German AT strafes in this game. It is great. They really will tear apart Allied armor Where the Allied rocket ones, I don't see that as much. They're still pretty decent, but yeah, I kind of wish that the Allied one was a little bit stronger to really kind of counter a lot of the heavier armor German stuff. But that's me. A lot more infantry pushing up again. Oh my god. All the artillery possible is currently being fired upon the German line, trying to push back those flaks and infantry, and it seems to be working. Everything is opening fire, and they're just barely holding on this right hook. That being said, mid, not going well. They're losing a lot of their heavy armor, and unfortunately, their defensive line is cracking. All the Panzer IIIs are still alive, and now you have to worry about all those great World War I tanks. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They all died together in a group next to a bunker. I don't understand. Oh my god. Well, there goes the last of the Great War, everybody. Alright, why not? Anyway, FW-109 calling an airstrike, knocking out the AT gun. Might be enough to, again, help clear the line and help the Germans push up their remaining armor without that pesky AT in the way. They have a nice Panzer IV moving up. Nothing, no King Tigers or anything. Again, I don't expect that with these guys, but still not over like really heavy armor. I mean, we're about to enter Phase C in a minute, so I'm assuming that will be deployed shortly. Anyway, FW-109 is opening fire on the huge group of stuff right here. No kills, but definitely doing a lot of damage. Fighters going after their group and might be able to get a kill before they retreat. Splazin, unfortunately, looks like he's taken too many hits, and he's like, well, F this. Though, give it to this. Nice Spitfire knocks out one of their planes, and now is retreating. So very cool on that part. But yeah. In the meantime, Player and Splazin's forces still holding barely. Hey, look, other games you could walk against the AI. This game, AI will give you some hell. That being said, it's because they'll give you hell because they'll literally throw the entire kitchen sink at you with all other kitchen appliances. But still, once they run out of pretty much stuff to throw, you're in the clear. You just have to wait 20-30 minutes because goddamn, they'll deploy everything. Meantime, looks like the Germans have actually kind of just made a defensive line. They've kind of realized that pushing up, not really worth it. They already have majority of the field. Let me double check. 75% 4 points. Okay. They could go for that, and I could see, and the guy on the right, N8, is pushing. And Dr. K is holding on to what he has with pretty much all the artillery he can muster. But it looks like overall they're being pushed back over here, and this may be where they do to clench it. Oh, shoot. There goes some of the Panzer IIIs because of the AT line. Very nice. But it looks like a lot of those AT guns are maybe of one guy, which not suitable for an AT gun. It's like one guy puts it in, moves it, and then quickly fires it. And it's like, all right, whew, how much more armor? Oh, God. And just keeps doing it. That takes dedication. But yeah. I doubt with all... I mean, they're calling it all the planes and all the airstrikes possible to break up. But the problem is the AI is just making sure it's like, no, you're not... we're holding on to this hedge grove. I'm sorry. But we're going to stay here as long as possible. But yeah, the game's going to be over in a minute, so... Oh boy. Plane's trying to go in, but being hit by too much flak. Oh, that plane gets shot down by the Flak 88. Oh boy, that's terrifying. So what do I have to say about this? Well, kind of a mix of two things. I feel like the Allies, we're not expecting the Flak 88, and that just tore them apart. Overall, again, they never were able to gain a chance. They never were able to turn the tide while the Axis were pretty much leading from the get-go. That being said, it was different. Optical definitely was like the best out of them, whereas you have others like Claremont, where it's like, and he was definitely taking a lot of losses. Flip side for the Allies, you currently have Player, Major Flaws, both doing terribly. Again, losing a lot, where then you had Splazin, the best player. And again, he was holding his line and actually pressing where the rest were falling. And then the Canadian guy, aka Dr. K, doing pretty good. It was the mid broke, and the flanks were like, are you kidding me? Now we have to... All right. So, yeah, it was just a goddamn cluster. And overall, if I had to say anything, I'd probably I probably have to say that if you're doing a close quarters game, expect that you're going to be in sight of all your guys. But in any case, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Greyshot 17 doing a Steel Division replay, and I'll see you guys next time.